Welcome back. Well, in this video, I finally finished this bike off and see if it is going to run. So I did do a bit of work on the electrics. I replaced some cabling, so the earth and the mains power to the starter motor, and I like using, reasonably heavy duty cables and put proper covers on it, and also like using black and red for the battery, just so I know exactly which is earth and which is power. Make it as neat as possible. This bike had been sitting around for a long time, so I also had to replace the battery, which I ended up buying a motobat. There's a starter motor cable. As I said, I like that being red just so I can identify it easily. And I do both sides. The original cables were quite old. Put it all back together. And there's a battery going in. Motobat batteries are pretty good. So I test a few things out. The lights work, the blinkers work, everything seems to work except the starter. So it just clicks, and obviously there's something wrong, I think, with the starter motor. So I had a second starter motor, I hook it up, and that one works. And it's actually the one with the damaged gear. So it's the one that probably would have been in this engine when it failed in the first place. So what I did is swap the gears around.
Yeah. Ignition. Alright.
Then I do some repairs to the wiring that's from the alternator as well as the ignition system. It runs really close to the exhaust, so it was actually a bit damaged and melted, so I put a shield around it as well, and I made sure I clamped it so it sat away from the exhaust. This is the original exhaust. It's quite a nice exhaust actually, but it is a bit fiddly to fit, and the way it's got these little clamps on the head, but it's a bit of messing about. There's not much room there, but eventually I'll get it to fit. So I get both sides in. Fit it up alright actually. So there it is there. Put the kickstart on. Now this model is 1979. I don't know about every XS750, but this has a kickstart and an electric start, which I suppose is a good backup. Put the side cover on. Now, when I went to start it, I had a fuel leak. This T-piece is the fuel feed to the carby. There's two of them, and they have like these raised sections which are supposed to be make-believe O-rings. They were leaking, so what I did is I purchased some aftermarket brass T-pieces with the real O-rings on there, and I put a bit of silicone grease on there, and they fitted very nicely, and that will definitely fix that leak up. You sort of go pull the carbies semi apart to get those to fit, but it's not a big deal. And I am running pods, and I know a lot of people are not keen on pods on this sort of bike. I've got them on my XJ650, and yes, they are a bit of messing about, but you can actually get them to run pretty well. So I fit them to the bike, and you can see these pods, that one is centered, and the two outer ones are actually off center so that they sit slightly further inwards, as you can see here. Run the fuel lines. I add a couple of clamps because I just want to be sure no fuel lines come off and it's nice and secure.
Right, well I had the carbies on and I had that fuel leak, which I've now fixed. I'll test it in a minute. Then the other problem I had was there was a small drip and I wasn't sure where it was coming from. And I had an aftermarket oil filter seal on here and it just wasn't sitting properly and I've cut it off. So, got this one here, that will fit perfectly. Put a genuine one in, put it back on. Hopefully, this old girl's gonna start.
So with the oil leak fix, I just top it up with oil. I like using Castrol 4T mineral-based oil, and just get it to the right level, and it should be all good.
All right, let's see what happens now. I'll put this here as a bit of insurance. Open this. Fingers crossed. I don't want any fuel leaks. I haven't pulled these apart fully. They did look alright, but I haven't had much luck with this bike, so let's see. I don't think the fuel intake's leaking, which is good. We'll see if the fuel valves hold. I'll open up the other side. That looks good. Tank's on, everything's tight. I'm gonna just leave this for a bit and then I think it's ready to see if it's gonna start. Awesome. So fingers crossed. Let's see. No leaks. Come on, baby. Thinking about it. Alright, looks like we need a bit of start your bastard. Come on, baby. Come on. Ooh. She's not firing on all cylinders. Not bad. Bit of a chain noise. I'll have to check that out as she runs.
So that chain noise is actually from the chain tensioner. I did put a brand new timing chain in, but what I didn't realise at the time without the manual is that with this particular bike, you just need to preload one side, and I did it with the kickstart, and then with the load off,
Try that.
I tensioned it up and locked it into position.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now what happens is there's a little mark on there with an F and a mark on the casing, and it's just not, it's advanced too much. And what I find, I pull it apart again, and I find the advanced mechanism is just absolutely seized up. And what it's doing is locked it in a semi-advanced state. So I pull it down, and in the end, I decide I'm going to actually ultrasonically clean it. So I put it in the ultrasonic cleaner, give it a good 15 minutes, and it clears out all the gunk or whatever was in there, freeze it up, and this actually worked really well. Once it was clean, I took it out, and these ultrasonic cleaners are great for carbies as well. Give it a good clean down with air, lubricate it, and it worked, no problem. So I put it back together. There's a little notch on the crank, so it's a little bit fiddly getting this on, because you sort of got to put it in, put the cover on before you can put the bolt in, and you can release the cover just enough to get your finger behind there, just to make sure that that advanced system is actually sitting in its groove, which is what I'm doing there. So I'll give it a good test. The advanced system's working well. Put the plate back on, and it starts great. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, put them down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer them. See you next time.